In a small village nestled among peaceful mountains, there lived a young man named Marco, only 24 years old. Though still young, Marco often felt weary and restless. His mind was never quiet, always overflowing with tangled thoughts like endless waves crashing upon each other. During the day, he dwelled on the past, his mistakes, the things he wished he could change. At night, he feared the future, uncertain of what awaited him and whether he would have the strength to face it. These constant thoughts deprived him of rest. Marco became anxious, exhausted, and even forgot what a genuine smile felt like. Though surrounded by the serenity of nature, his soul seemed trapped in an unending storm. He tried many ways to forget, walking, talking, working, but his mind never stopped racing. Marco began to ask himself, why can't I feel peace? Why can others live joyfully while I'm always filled with worry? Deep down, he longed for something simple, a single quiet moment in his mind where he could breathe deeply and truly feel at peace. Days passed, yet his thoughts raged like a storm. Even at night when the world slept, Marco lay awake, eyes fixed on the ceiling, listening to the wind through the window. Inside, sorrow from the past and fear of the future tangled like two ropes tightening around his heart. He could not smile nor feel the simple joy others seemed to have every day. One morning, as he sat by a stream, Marco overheard villagers talking about a distant place high in the hills. They said a wise old man lived there, once a renowned psychologist in the city. He had spent his life helping others overcome suffering, teaching them to listen and find peace within themselves. In old age, he left behind fame and fortune, retreating to a quiet village surrounded by nature. Though he no longer practiced or taught, he sometimes welcomed travelers seeking guidance. Hearing this, Marco's heart filled with hope. Perhaps, he thought, that old man can help me understand why my mind can't rest and how to find the peace I've lost. The thought stirred something deep within him. Without hesitation, Marco decided to go, believing that this difficult journey might lead to something miraculous, a place where his soul could finally rest after years of storms. After days of reflection, Marco packed a few simple belongings and began his journey to the hilltop village where the wise man lived. The road was long and full of challenges. He crossed dense forests, icy streams, and mist-covered hills. By day, the sun scorched his skin. By night, the mountain winds chilled him to the bone. Many times, he wanted to give up, but each time he remembered his restless heart, he told himself, I cannot go back until I find peace. After many days, as the sun dipped behind the mountains, Marco finally reached the place everyone had spoken of. Before him lay a small, peaceful village surrounded by green trees and birdsong. The air was calm, so unlike the chaos in his mind. At the center, hidden among the trees, stood a small ivy-covered house. On its porch sat an old man with silver hair, eyes closed, his face serene and kind. Marco stood still, feeling a gentle peace radiate from the old man. He stepped closer and softly said, Sir, my mind is always restless. I can't stop thinking. I can't find peace. Can you help me? The old man slowly opened his eyes, deep, warm, and full of understanding. Smiling kindly, he said, My son, if you truly wish to find peace, come with me. I have a small task for you. And so began the fateful meeting between teacher and student, a journey of awakening. The old man stood with calm grace, capped, as if every movement flowed with the rhythm of the earth. His voice was gentle yet full of power. You seek peace within your mind, do you not? Then I will give you a small challenge. He led Marco to the backyard, where a simple wooden table stood beside a clear well. The old man drew water and carefully poured it into a glass, filling it to the brim, so full that one more drop would spill over. Sunlight danced on the surface, making the glass sparkle like a gem. He turned to Marco with a soft smile. Take this glass, walk to the edge of the village, and return. But remember, do not spill even a single drop. Marco was puzzled. Questions swirled in his mind. Why this task? What does carrying water have to do with peace? But when he met the calm, trusting gaze of the old man, his doubts faded. He bowed, took the glass with both hands, and began to walk. The path wound through the small, busy village. He knew that even the slightest mistake could make the water spill. So each step became deliberate, slow, and focused. From that moment, Marco's true journey toward inner peace began. He moved with care, all senses fixed on the shimmering surface of the water. The village was alive with sounds, children playing, dogs barking, vendors calling, hammers striking, yet Marco heard none of it. His entire world had narrowed to that fragile glass. By the time he reached the village's edge, sweat covered his brow, but the water remained full. Turning back, he felt lighter, calmer, as if he and the glass were one. For the first time, his mind was still. No past, no future, only this moment. He smiled softly. Though he didn't yet grasp the full meaning of the task, he sensed something profound, a glimpse of true peace. When he returned, he placed the glass before the old man and said joyfully, "Sir, I did it! I walked the whole way without spilling a drop." The old man smiled gently, eyes glimmering not with pride, but quiet joy. He asked, "Tell me, did you see the children playing or hear the vendors' voices along the road?" Marco shook his head. "No, sir. I saw and heard nothing. I focused only on the glass, afraid the water would spill." The old man's smile deepened. "That," he said softly, "is what I wanted you to learn. When your mind is fully present in one thing, when you live wholly in the moment, the noise of the world fades away." Marco was silent. In that instant, he felt as if he had touched the doorway to peace. The old man nodded, his voice calm as twilight settled over the hills. "You see, Marco, that is the secret of peace. When your mind lives only in the present, there is no room for fear, anxiety, or sorrow. When you walked that path, you didn't think of the past or fear the future. Your attention was entirely on the glass, and your mind became still, like a calm lake. You were no longer swept away by your thoughts. That stillness is the peace you've been seeking." Marco looked at the glass again. Its surface was serene, reflecting the golden light of dusk. He realized that the glass was a mirror of his own mind. When focused, it was calm. When distracted, it overflowed. The old man continued, his voice like a gentle breeze. "My son, peace is not something you must search for in distant places. It has always been within your heart. You've only let the past and future hide it. Once you learn to live in the present, peace will return naturally." Those words echoed deep within Marco, soft yet profound. For the first time in years, he felt stillness, a quiet, warm space within his soul, as calm and radiant as the setting sun.